Hello and welcome to some more Tesla news. This is Patrick. You're watching Tesla Trip. Every week or so, I give you the latest Tesla news and live updates from when I'm traveling around in my Tesla Model X. Pretty exciting stuff this week. Crazy things people are doing with their Teslas. Somebody thought it would be fun to set up a Bitcoin mining rig in the back of their Model S. And I don't think it's fully functional or anything, but the idea behind it is when you're mining for Bitcoin, people are arguing, well, if you invest in a mining rig and then you got to pay for the electricity, it may or may not really be worth it depending on the value of Bitcoin. If it's, $400 a Bitcoin or currently $10,000 a Bitcoin, it's kind of a roller coaster. So the idea is supercharge for free and then, hook into the battery and start doing some Bitcoin mining. A lot of people are thinking that the autopilot system in the new 2.0 Tesla hardware would be fantastic for this, although nobody's really, wanted to crack into it, or I don't know if they can hack into it. So the idea was just to put a bunch of computers and GPUs in the trunk and somehow power them from the Tesla battery. I know you can do it through an inverter, but there's a limit on how much power that you can output through the 12 volt. The fuse is, I think it's only like 15 amps, maybe 20 amps. Correct me if you know in the comments below. So yeah, this rig, proof of concept, I don't think it's really viable. There's a lot of issues with it. We want to use like an amp miner or something and need a much bigger inverter, and you need to hook directly into the large battery somehow on the Tesla. Let me know what you guys think. Is this just craziness, or does it really have some wheels on it that you can do? I think the better rig would be to do actual solar panels on a garage and do the mining inside a garage. That's expensive, but maybe the better way of getting lower energy costs, or using a power wall. Model 3 news, they're open for non-employees. I mean, they're sending out invites for the configuration utility so that you can order yours now. So a lot of people, it seems like in California, that are Tesla owners, but not employees or friends or family or whatever, are actually getting the invites to configure the long-range model of the Model 3. So this is really cool. I was looking into it a little bit more, and if you want to go all out, you have to order the $49,000 version, and then if you want to have autopilot and full self-driving, if you deck it all out, you're looking at like $60,000 for your Model 3. Which is getting to the territory of almost double the $35,000 that the Model 3 was supposed to be. Mind you, you can opt to still wait, even if you get the email saying you can configure your Model 3 now. You can wait for the smaller battery and the $35,000 one where you don't have to get it all decked out. And supposedly you'll be at the beginning of that line. And the same goes if you want all-wheel drive. Mine's saying that it's going to be in spring of next year, so it's not terribly far away. There's only one day left of the month as of this recording, and it still says I could potentially get mine in November, but I have yet to receive the email saying I can configure it yet. Let me know what you guys think. Is it worth it getting the long-range one? EPA was saying that it's rated at 310 miles, although in their testing they did like 334 miles, but Tesla requested that they rate it lower, which is probably a good thing, because a lot of people, when they rate these, they rate them like 60 miles an hour, no serious wind or anything. And like in Wyoming here, it's 80 miles an hour, tons of wind. So having that extra buffer, 30-some, 20-some miles is very good. Model X news, not a whole lot particularly geared towards the Model X. I'm creeping up on my 1-year anniversary, over 30,000 miles. My second annual service has already happened on my Tesla. I've had to replace the tires, so that's exciting. This is just crazy, but over in Utah, there's a group of people that thought it would be a good idea to steal four Teslas. It's just a bizarre story if you want to read it. It doesn't make any sense at all. These people are claiming that somehow they're relatives of Tesla, and one guy said it was already broken into, so he went in there and he took the keys. The police obviously recovered the vehicles right away, and one guy even took a check that was made out for $8,500 made out to Tesla, and he endorsed it with his name on the back of it, and I guess he was trying to cash it or something. I don't know. This is really weird. It's very, very odd. We'll have to keep an eye on the story for more details as it comes out, because it's Model Y news. When's this thing going to come out? Are they going to announce it this year or next year? Probably 2018. People were thinking that might have been what was going to be driven out of the back of the Tesla Semi. Who knows? Elon seems to think that it's going to be their real mass market vehicle, that the Model 3's, got a lot of orders, but really people want an SUV at a low cost, or a, more reasonable cost than the Model X. And, he previously stated that it would have Falcon Wing doors, but with all the issues people have had with the Model X and the Falcon Wing doors, it'd be nice to see it as an option and not mandatory. I love the Falcon Wing doors, but I have to admit they are, an extra hassle. I have a whole video about it if you want to check it out. I think I put top 5 tips for the Falcon Wing doors on how to operate them. There's some really cool things about them, but they are, an extra ordeal. They're very convenient for some situations, and then others there's a little bit of a pain. So there was that crazy big rig that they showed off at the Tesla Semi event, and I've been reading more articles and speculation more than anything about this, and people seem to think it's a real machine that Tesla is going to make. I'm not really sure what the market is for it, other than being basically a monster truck. And is this thing going to have just the single seat, or are they going to, give it a real cabin so that it's got at least 2 seats in the front and back, maybe? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you buy this monstrous vehicle? And what's the cost of it going to be? Is it going to be another $200,000 thing, like the cost of the Semi, or what? Tesla Semi news. So what is the cost of the Tesla Semi? Well, they're saying it's starting at $150,000, which isn't that bad considering diesels go for around 100 to 130 some thousand, and when you can figure the cost that you'd save in efficiency using the electric our mega charger network, Elon's saying that it'll be more cost effective, and that the long range 500-mile version will be $180,000, and to get a founder's edition, so obviously with the active autopilot and all that fun stuff, it's going to be $200,000. At the event, he said they'd all come with enhanced autopilot standard. So I don't know if you're getting like leather seating or different kinds of options for that extra $20,000. If you guys have any idea what you get for that $20,000 other than being first in line, let me know. One of the first customers, or the first customer obviously, is going to be Tesla. They're going to use these semis to transport between the Gigafactory in Sparks, Nevada, and the Fremont factory in Fremont, California. It'll be interesting to see how how the numbers work out for them, and it'll be really cool to see them on the road. I know that range, there's a really big mountain pass, and I don't know if they'll go over it by Lake Tahoe, but they should do a lot of regen on the way to San Francisco, but not so much on the way to Nevada. Roadster news. Oh, the Roadster looks so cool. BMW showed off their new i8 with a whopping 35 miles of electric range. It can go 0 to 60 about the same speed as my Tesla Model X. Not very impressive when you look at the specs for the new Tesla Roadster, which is the fastest production car ever made at 1.8 seconds, 0 to 60. Well, that's what Elon said. It showed 1.9, and he's saying that's the base model, and that the Tesla Roadster has SpaceX technology, and that it may fly short distances. What is this? This is craziness. A lot of people are speculating, how are you getting a 200 kilowatt pack in this Roadster? It's probably just 2 100 packs stacked up on top of each other. Maybe it's realigned newer Model 3 cells. It's got 3 motors in it. Are these 3 Model 3 motors, like how the Semi has 4 Model 3 motors? A lot of questions, still got a couple years to wait. Some YouTubers, Ben from Teslanomics, he's getting one. He's got over 50 referrals. I'm a little bit short, so if you want to help out, email me and I can make sure you get the code and help you out with anything you need on your Tesla buying process. Again, if you're looking at buying one, best to get it by the end of the year if you want the free supercharging for life. That makes a huge difference for me with the amount of mileage that I put on. That's how I can afford my Tesla. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below on anything else you'd want to see on these videos, and please subscribe. It lets me know that you guys are watching. Click the little notification bell and you'll know when I go live. I'll do live chats about once a week. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. Bye.